We're gonna cover exactly how you can increase the quality of your listing appointments. Welcome in this video, guys. My name is Michael. If you are new to the channel, I help real estate agents get more listings through thorough, extensive, good looking lead generation systems. I don't know what I just said, online, all right?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So they can avoid to do cold calling, they can avoid door knocking and all that other stuff that doesn't work anymore or that is not really fun to do. So the first thing, if you want to increase the quality of your listing appointments, is you need to know and be aware of the source of your listing appointments. How do you get them? Is it inbound or is it outbound? Have you gone to the seller yourself and have you like almost seemed like a beggar and you want that listing? By, for example, if you are doing a lot of cold calling, you are going towards that client. Now, the quality of your listing appointment depends on this because you want to get as many listing appointments as possible that are inbound, meaning they are the ones that are reaching out to you for information about your services. Obviously, the frame will be much better because if it is outbound, then they'll be like, hey, Mr. Agent, just tell me about your commission. You know, we are comparing like 3 agents, you know, after you, there's gonna be this guy and that other guy we're gonna meet so that we can make a decision. So how are you different? That's how it's gonna go, most likely than not. Why? Because you are doing outbound, right? So they are receiving a tons of calls. If you're doing FSBOs, then they are receiving a bunch of calls, right? So you wanna make sure it's inbound and they are the ones coming to you, right? So that's a bit with what we help our clients with. And then the second thing you want to do, I have my phones with me here with my notes, is you want to qualify them before the appointment and you want to qualify them on the phone. So instead of just booking the listing appointment directly without asking them a few questions prior to the appointment, you want to make sure you vet them on the phone because you want to see if you are wasting your time, first of all, and you want to understand exactly what is it that they are looking to do. So they're looking to sell, okay, cool. What are their expectations? Are they realistic? Are they alone in the sales process? Because here's the thing, the quality of your listing appointments depends on the quality of your vetting prior to that listing appointment. Because if you take any listing appointment without qualifying the lead itself, then you're going to end up with a random listing appointment. Your closing rate won't be high and you'll feel like you are wasting a lot of your time because you'll be getting objections like, hey, that sounds all good, but my wife isn't here, so I'll need to talk about it with her when she comes back from work. If you try to handle that objection, I mean, you could and you might be able to get the listing without the wife, but here's the thing, you could have had met the two in one meeting if you would have vetted properly on the call before the listing appointment by asking, are you alone in the sales process? Is this property under your name only, or is there someone else, you know, that owns that property? So that's why you want to qualify them before the listing appointment. The third thing you want to do is you want to meet with sellers that are ready to sell right now. So a lot of agents, they take on any listing appointments, but they forget to ask them when exactly they're looking to sell. If you are getting the price you want, Mr. Seller, when would you sell? And some of them will tell you, well, actually next year, or actually in 2 years. Well, okay, cool. Then the market will probably change a lot by then. So there's no need for us to necessarily meet right now. You could, if you want to build a longer term relationship and a potential prospect that you'll be nurturing in the future. But here's the thing, at the end of the day, if they want to sell in 2 years, you know, maybe they just want to get a free home valuation out of curiosity. So that's why you want to make sure you are meeting with prospects that are looking to sell now or within 6 months. And what I found is when they say within 6 months, usually it can be much quicker than this because their project moved around and they need to sell quicker than they actually expected. The fourth thing you want to do is to set clear expectations. Now, I talked about the free home valuation because this comes up a lot as well. If you are screaming everywhere like, hey guys, I'll give you a free home valuation, I'll give you a free home valuation to any homeowners that request it, then that's not necessarily listing appointment. That's just like a free home valuation appointment, and the seller might not necessarily be interested in your services as a real estate agent, but might just be interested in getting the valuation of their property just out of curiosity or to be able to sell it themselves afterwards. So you need to be careful on the framing of the listing appointment and make sure that you set clear expectations with the sellers that, hey, like this is to see if I can help you sell your property and see if we can work together. right? And if it makes sense, you can hire me. Now, if you say this compared to, hey, I'll give you a free home valuation, you know, it's no obligation, it's free. Let's just meet for 20 minutes. Of course, you're gonna get more volume and more listing appointments, but the quality of your listing appointments won't necessarily be as good as if you set clear expectations like I mentioned. The fifth thing you wanna do in order for you to increase the quality of your listing presentations and listing appointments as a real estate agent is to have a USP, a unique selling proposition, meaning your offer stands out, okay? Because here's the thing, you don't want to be in front of a seller that doesn't understand the difference between you and all the other agents in the area or all the other agents in their brokerage. Okay, you don't want them to be comparing apples with apples. You know, you want to be the orange, right? You want to be so different, so unique in your approach, in your listing presentation, what you offer, what you will give them, that it's a no-brainer. Your offer is a no-brainer. They don't have any objections because that's exactly what they're looking for. And they see how they're gonna get to the result that they want to achieve, which is to sell probably their house at the highest possible price as soon as possible with as less complexity as possible and as little stress involved and work on their end. So if you are able to demonstrate that value to them, then they will see your offer and yourself as a completely different offer, which will increase the quality of your listing appointments and also the quality of your responses. So you're gonna be able to close much easier. You're gonna get less objections because they perceive your offer as like really different. So an advice on how you can make your offer stand out is take a note of all the objections that you've had in the past. How could you eliminate them or minimize them? What could you add in your offer that nobody else is doing that the market actually needs? You know, if you hear things come up all the time from sellers, then add these things. And also talk about the things that they hate or the things that they don't want to happen or they don't want to do and mention it. When you list your house with me, Mr. Seller, you don't have to do these things. Boom, 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 boom. And we won't be doing this, right? That all the things they hate. So that way they know, okay, we're gonna get all the things that we want without the things that we hate. Awesome. Nobody does that, right? They just assume that they know we're not going to do the things that they hate. But if you actually mention it, then it puts the client at ease because it's really clear. Again, it's all about expectations, guys. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, let me know by subscribing below to the channel because I release 3 videos like these every single week, and also like the video because this really helps the channel. So with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next one.